Finding your purpose in life can be a difficult and complex challenge, but today I want to give you a simple way to think about it to hopefully help you narrow things down and find that purpose. Hello and welcome, my name is Sarah, and today we're talking about purpose. Now, of course, this is a complex thing to talk about. It's not something that's going to be solved with a simple, couple minute YouTube video, but I do want to give you something to think about and a way to help you start narrowing things down and brainstorming what that purpose might be if that's something that you're working on right now in your life or in your business, trying to find what it is that you want to do with the rest of your life, trying to figure out what kind of career path you want to follow, and things like that. And today what we're talking about are 3 simple words to kind of think about and start to notice when you're going through life and you're considering different possibilities or receiving suggestions from others and things like that. The first of these words is should. Now, shoulds, I'm sure everyone's had a lot of shoulds in their life, from family, from friends, from well-intentioned people, from coworkers. You should do this, you should do that, and let's face it, shoulds are not always welcome. A lot of shoulds are unsolicited advice, a lot of shoulds are things that other people think that you should do with your life or that is in your best interest, and a lot of times people are just trying to be helpful, which, is appreciated, but keep in mind that the shoulds often come from someone else, or maybe always come from someone else. So when you're thinking about what you want to do with the rest of your life, what your purpose is, if you're starting to notice that you're saying things like, oh, I should do this, or so-and-so thinks that I should use my education in this way or follow this path. Notice whenever those shoulds come up, because oftentimes that's an external influence that's not necessarily coming from the inside. It's not coming from what you really want to do, what you're passionate about, and what might be best for you, because it's something that someone else thinks you should do. So again, my recommendation for these shoulds is to ignore them as much as possible. I know it can be difficult. I know it feels like you're ignoring all the advice of the people that you love or the people that are around you, but really they often end up guiding you away from what you truly want. The next word we're going to talk about is could. Now, coulds represent all of the possibilities out there that you could do. So this could be the things that you're good at, that you could turn into a career. This could be things that are options out there, that are possibilities, that are opportunities that you could take advantage of. And these are also all the ideas that you have that you might want to follow, all of the different hobbies and passions and interests and things that you could turn into something, could be your life's work, could be whatever, but coulds end up leading to a lot of overwhelm and distraction. Unfortunately, we can't do everything. This pains me as well because I want to do everything, but really we have to kind of narrow down to that one thing or those couple things to focus on, and those coulds end up being a lot of distraction. Now, coulds are not something that you have to completely cut out of your life. You don't have to give up all of the other things you want to do and just focus on one little tiny thing to be your life's purpose. But the thing to remember with coulds is that if you end up trying to do too many things at once, especially in the beginning, and trying to do everything, it can lead to overwhelm, distraction, and really kind of steer you away from that path that really is your purpose. So my interpretation of coulds is that they are not necessarily bad. There are things that you can still follow on the side if you want to, but they're not necessarily the main focus, and they may distract you away from or kind of overwhelm you from what you're really looking for. And finally, the third word we're going to talk about today is would. Would represents the ideal scenario, and it brings up a lot of questions, which are always a great place to start when you're looking for purpose. So this could be questions like, what would you do if money weren't an issue? What would you do if you could control your own schedule? What would you do if you already knew it was going to be successful and you just had to work at it? These kinds of would questions are really a great place to start when you're looking at purpose and trying to figure out what you want to do, because they're not only going to bring up all the overwhelm and all the distractions and all the numerous possibilities you could do, they're not just going to take into account what other people think you should do or what people think is best for you, but they're really going to help you focus inward and kind of think about, that ideal scenario of, if I could do anything, what would I do? These kinds of questions are great because they take away the confines of kind of what we're taught throughout our lives of, the things that we're limited to doing, and instead open up a whole world of possibilities that we're able to now explore. And that really helps us kind of dive down deep into what's meaningful for us, what's most important for us, what that ideal scenario would be, and that's really a great way to get to that purpose. So this is by all means no magic pill for finding your purpose. It's not going to be an instant kind of thing, but it's definitely something to think about. Think about your shoulds, think about your coulds, think about your woulds. And if it's helpful for you, write out a list of each one and kind of see where different ideas fall in those 3 words. I really hope this helps you get started narrowing down your purpose or continue that process and helps you move forward a little bit in that journey of really finding what is meaningful for you, because once you find your purpose and you focus on that, put all your energy towards that, it's really the path to finding a fulfilling life, and I'm so excited to see what you discover. Let me know if this was helpful for you, if you learned anything in this process, if this helped you reflect on some of these ideas, and I'll see you in the next one.